Yep. All right.
For what?
So I already watched a few minutes, but I
It is
decided
the
to go back and
dawn
just
of a new
record
age.
because why not?
The age of antiquity, where humanity begins to take its first steps into the annals of history. The great pharaoh
Standard, yeah.
Hatshepsut
Oh,
leads the civilization of ancient Egypt. Among the arid desert lands and a winding river, the seeds of our people are rooted in sand and water. To discover what treasures and dangers lie beyond,
probably gonna
a
look like
brave scout
super different from
begins to
this.
survey and map the
Also, I don't remember if Civ 6 had like terrain like this. It might be just crazy, but like not being able to move onto this. I think they did. I think they had something like this where you could look over, like an archer here would be crazy.
surrounding lands. As our population grows, a new granary is built to store
Granary
food
is a
for hungry
district
mouths.
now.
Its location
I
decided,
think it was
a
before.
new district is formed, and construction begins. With more food available, our people look to make improvements to the land. An ancient fruit ripe for cultivation. Dates will provide more sustenance for our citizens, and their sweetness will make the people happy.
Okay.
A plantation is constructed to harvest this valuable resource.
It's not dates right here,
Over time,
and then just more dates
our
up
city
here. So are they able
continues
to like
grow as more
expand the
urban
amount of
and
dates?
rural developments spring forth.
Not sure.
We pursue advancements in technology to serve the needs
this.
of our people.
Irrigation
Breakthroughs
it does.
in irrigation further
ups the garden, whatever.
enhance our
Settlement limit. That's definitely new. You used to be able just to build cities like
production.
almost all the time.
while sailing unlocks our ability to traverse the nearby waters. It is now possible to journey further and expand our empire.
Like the little dog in the boat.
With a deft hand,
But this,
our scout travels along a navigable
and this is where I
river.
stopped to record. Because
Their
like what?
tenacity is rewarded with the discovery of a breathtaking series of waterfalls.
That's
This
crazy going up the
natural
river.
wonder of the world attracts the imagination of our people, and brave settlers begin the long trek to claim new land for the Egyptian Empire. A new town is established near the majestic falls. A town starts from humble beginnings and is initially used to gather nearby resources. Perhaps in the future, this town will grow large enough to specialize and gain its own identity as a city.
Okay, so it's not.
Our
It's literally the
expansion
city
does
now.
not go unnoticed.
Or
A foreign scout is spotted, revealing the existence of a nearby independent power. Initial hostilities are tempered over time as friendly relations begin to form. And peace does not dampen our ambitions. Our people strive forth to create great wonders the world has never seen before. As we continue to expand and explore the continent,
looks super
we
furry.
encounter new civilizations. They are eager to engage in a bartering of ideas and goods. Trade routes are established, providing mutual access to each empire's resources.
Okay.
But our rapid growth does not go unnoticed. Our neighbors' ambitions rival our own, setting us on a collision course. War is no longer avoidable. A great army is raised,
That
led
looks
by formidable commanders who
interesting.
spur our forces quickly across the land. Spears and arrows make way for iron swords and armor. The battles are fierce.
It's weird how they're all attacking at the same time.
We emerge victorious. But But the challenges of this age have shaken our mighty Egyptian empire to its core. The world changes. We feel the pages of history turn as the age of antiquity comes to a close. A
Okay, so
new
now-
age of human advancement approaches. The age of exploration.
Is it not going to be Egypt,
A
or is
new
it gonna?
age brings forth new challenges and new opportunities. New technologies to research.
Not going to be
New
the same leader.
resources to acquire. New lands to explore. If we are to take on the challenges of this new age, we must adapt and select a new civilization to represent our
Okay.
empire. And select a new
Play as Axum, Egypt, or Amina. They can choose Songhai, so it's kind of a different civ,
civilization to represent our
I
empire.
think. Or
One that is better equipped to take on the challenges of the
as Fesset, and then it's Songhai. As the Empire of Mali faltered. Huh. I hope they're all like
Exploration
historically relevant,
This new civilization builds on top of its past legacy,
at least for the
and
most
our
part.
actions in this age will inevitably influence a future yet to come. As we evolve, so too do our neighbors. The stage is set. A new age begins. Will you follow a path set by history, or will you pivot and forge something anew? What kind of empire will you make? What strategies will you pursue? The future is yours to create. In Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
Interesting ages.
The journey of Hatshepsut, brought to life by our wonderful new narrator Gwendolyn Christie, is just one potential path you can take in Civilization 7. This is made possible by our biggest new feature, Ages. Ages are inspired by a transformational idea for Civ, that history is built in layers. This idea
Like
is a way
onions.
of understanding how civilizations have grown, changed, and evolved over time.
Think of the first civilizations of the world as creating an initial foundation. As a civilization grows, new layers are added to that foundation in the form of things like technologies, schools of thought, and cultural norms. At some point, civilizations, faced with a crisis that defines their time, must evolve. When that happens, these past layers don't disappear. Instead, they now serve as a new foundation for the new civilization. As the cycle repeats, connecting the past, present, and future together.
Instead of playing as one single civilization across every age, you'll evolve your empire into a new civilization for each new age. One that is suited to take on the historical challenges of that time.
Every age is designed to be like a historical sandbox, as a way to really immerse yourself in that time. Almost everything inside an age is exclusive to that age. That includes things like which technologies and civics you can research, what resources are available to be gained, which independent powers surround you, to even things like gameplay systems and civilizations, all unique to that age.
Having unique civs for each age is something we're really excited about. In the past, every civ needed to be balanced across a game that spans all of history. This naturally resulted in things like late era civs being strong in the late game, but weak early on. Now,
Sure, yeah.
we can balance around the age itself. This means we can give every civ bonuses, units, and buildings that are always relevant and powerful.
I guess that's actually
Having exclusive civs per age is also great for historical immersion. Every age feels like an epic showdown of some of the great powers of that time.
that makes a lot of sense actually, because sometimes you like the special thing about a civilization, everything about them is all in the beginning, and then it's all just worthless the entire like rest of the game. So I actually kind of like that.
We'll have 3 ages for you to play. The Antiquity Age, when agricultural societies begin to cluster into urban centers, forming the foundations of the first civilizations. The Exploration Age, when the desire for precious commodities from distant lands spurs empires to stretch across great oceans. And the Modern Age, a period of incredible technological growth and global conflict, where mankind goes from the development of the steam engine to the splitting of the atom. Every age can be played on its own, or woven together into a full campaign.
I'm excited, I think. I'm definitely gonna play it when it comes out.
In past games, civs and leaders were always tied together and came as a package deal of agendas, abilities, units, and more. With civs being exclusive to ages, we're excited to introduce a new innovation for leaders. For the first time in franchise history, leaders are now selected independently from civilizations.
Okay.
You can now mix and match unique parts of different civs and leaders, unlocking all new strategic combinations, staying true to Civ's spirit of experimentation.
The leader
For
stays the
players who
same
want to
the whole
stick to
game,
more
though.
historical pairings, a useful indicator will appear on the Civ selection screen.
We're also taking the opportunity to expand who we consider to be a leader in Civilization 7. We'll continue to have traditional heads of state, such as Hatshepsut, but we're also excited to have new leaders in areas such as philosophy, religion, science, and more.
Having leaders stay the same across ages helps bring a sense of who you're playing against in Civilization 7.
I was worried about that.
It also gives you the opportunity to keep the theme of evolution going. As your empire evolves from one age to the next, it's important that your leader grows as well. All leaders now have attributes that can further specialize their skills.
Okay.
These attributes can be gained in a variety of ways, from completing narrative events to rewards for researching certain technologies and civics. Overall, leaders are getting a huge upgrade. They're more powerful, more varied, and more strategically interesting than ever. We cannot wait for you to discover your new favorite leader in Civilization 7.
I like that. I also like that.
When one age ends and you begin an age transition, it is an incredibly exciting moment. You'll select a new civilization to represent your empire in the new age. You'll choose parts of your past civ to carry forward into the new one. And the game map literally expands, filled with new independent powers to befriend, new resources to acquire, and new discoveries to be made.
During an age transition, there are a few factors that determine which civ you can evolve into. This includes any historical connections between your previous and future civ, your choice of leader, and even certain gameplay decisions that you made in the past age. Every civ plays differently. Across your game, you might want to stay as true to history as possible, only selecting civs that have historical ties to each other. Or you might switch to civs that fit your strategic needs.
There are so many possible paths to explore, so many different choices you can make. The potential for strategy in Civilization 7 is nearly endless.
Something we hear often from players is about how when you play a game of Civ, you forget the world around you. Video games, more than any other medium, have this ability to completely immerse you in another universe. Whether it's through art, music, cinematic moments, or language, our goal is to bring your Civ world to life.
Getting the look and feel for Civilization 7 right is critical, so it's important to make sure we are capturing that through our art style. I spent a lot of time as a kid in museums, especially in the diorama sections, and being able to walk by and see these little miniatures that aren't moving, but there's a story told in them, was something that I always found intriguing. Technology changes every time we put one of these games out, and each time we put one out, we can do more. And we're at a spot in the industry now where we've just got a lot of tools and a lot of power under our belts to represent the entire world of Civilization.
It all looks really
We're
good,
hoping
actually.
that players can look into this game, see the diametric detail on this, and tell their own stories that they never told before. everything is going to fit together in such a different way than it has in the past from Civilization, and I think it's going to give you a much more realistic version of the simulation that you're trying to create. We took a lot what we learned in the Civ 6 and learning from that, trying to open up some more spaces and everything.
Sick. And the
we
fucking
adjusted the tone.
the Great Wall.
That's what our fans are looking for, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun for them. It's something that nobody else is doing, and nobody but Firaxis can do.
I think players will love how combat looks. We greatly expanded the variety of units in Civ 7. Units now constantly engage one another. You'll see and hear the clashing of swords and steel.
Oh, so like,
Units
okay.
have a higher level of fidelity than ever before. Everything from the little parts and pieces and details on the armor set to the entire representation of a whole army on a battlefield.
That's really cool,
I feel
actually.
like this is going to become your Civ. Like this is the one. It has the look.
Firaxis takes its representation of different cultures in Civ 7 very seriously. Language is a critical part of civilization. It's how people tell their story. This is important because we are trying to teach through this game, and it's important to our players. They want to see their cultures represented correctly. In many cases, some players have never seen their cultures represented anywhere else. It brings great pride and joy to be able to see themselves included in the history of the world.
Music also plays an important role in bringing out the spirit and essence of each civilization. Every Civ has its own theme, and we're excited to share that Chris Tin, who composed the Grammy Award-winning theme Baba Yetu for Civilization 4 and the main theme for Civilization 6, is returning for Civilization 7, and we cannot wait for you to hear it.
Today represents just an initial look at what's to come in Civilization 7. We have so much more to share, from gameplay deep dives to first looks at new leaders and civilizations, to what you can expect from Civ 7 post-launch.
Even the boats fighting is sick as fuck. What the hell?
Sid Meier's Civilization 7 releases on February 11th, 2025, and is available to pre-order today. Players who pre-order Civilization 7 will receive the Tecumseh Shawnee Pack. And if you haven't already, be sure to create a 2K account and sign up for our Civ newsletter to receive the latest updates. Doing so will unlock the exclusive Emperor persona for Napoleon in Civilization 7. And as a special thank you, if you use that same 2K account to play Civ 6, you'll automatically unlock Napoleon's revolutionary persona in Civ 7. Check out our website at civilization.com for full details, and be sure to follow Civ for all the latest.
We hope you enjoyed this first look at Civilization 7. The entire team at Firaxis has been working very hard to make sure we deliver a game that gives you more reasons to take just one more turn.
As we welcome Civ 7 into the Civ family, I think back to the legacy of Civilization, the 30 years of development, refinement, iteration, exploration of the millions of players that have contributed, of the billions of hours that have been played. I'm so proud to be here for this moment, welcoming Civ 7 into the family. February 11th, 2025 isn't too far away. We're excited to be taking this journey with you.
That's super cool. I'm pretty hyped about that. I might have to go pre-order it. Yeah, like the boat going up the river. That looks super cool. Pretty fun.